Hey guys, welcome back to more Let's Play Pikmin 2. I'm your host, Multiclassic Gamer, and I am pretty sure we're going to be finishing off the dungeon in this episode, so let's get on with it. So we are on sublevel 7 of Frontier Cavern, and I'm pretty sure at this point now that there are actually 8 sublevels in this dungeon. I wasn't sure about it when we first came here, but now I'm pretty sure there are 8 because... And the reason why is because I know for a fact that this is the last sublevel before the, this particular sublevel is the last one before the final one. So, we are going to basically run the assumption that we are going to be finishing off the dungeon this game. Well, then again, even if I mean, in this episode, but even if there were 9 sublevels, we'd still be finishing anyways. So anyways, right off the bat, we got an Ivory Candy Pop Bud here, so we're going to take advantage of that, even though we don't necessarily need, again, we don't need 100 white Pikmin, but oh well. I still like to have 100 of both anyways, by the time I finish off the game, that is. And then just go all crazy with the other Pikmin, because that's generally what I do. Even after, I mean, there really isn't that much replayability after you collect all 201 of the treasures, but if you want to, you can still, go through every region and just, just raise your Pikmin population up as high as you want, pretty much at that point. Oh, hey, look at this. This guy doesn't have a treasure, but we're still going to exploit him for all of his, everything he's worth. Oh, shoot! The game didn't let me do the glitch there. That sucks. Okay, so, note to self, never stand behind a iridescent flint or glint beetle when you're fighting it. Never do that. And also, as you may notice, there's going to be boulders falling from the top of the dungeon here, so be careful when you're going through this sublevel. But either way, your main danger in this sublevel is orange bulb orbs. So those are what you're going to be worrying about mainly in this sublevels. But just be wary of the falling rocks. But either way, with purples, these guys are still not much of a problem. Oh god. Oh god. It's quite a bit of boulders there, but oh well. Now, if you want to, you could, if you're lucky enough, just happen to have a rock fall on one of these guys, but it's extremely rare for... The moment I say that, a rock falls on this guy. Oh my god, this game, I swear, I don't know what it is with this dungeon, but this dungeon in particular, we had a lot of crazy stuff happen, that I've never seen before in all my years of playing this game. But either way, we got the first treasure right off the bat here. And, oh wait. Oh god. Be careful here. Okay. I just want to make sure that there was no falling rocks there, because that would have been really bad. We definitely would have lost Pikmin there if there was a falling rock there. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Alright, it's basically kind of a bells. Well, actually no, this is actually another ornament. And they called it Spouse Alert. Okay, well no, actually it's not really a... I guess it could be an ornament, because you could technically hang it, but it's actually mostly just a bell. But still, the whole Spouse Alert thing, that's a pretty amusing name for a treasure. Okay, so we still seem to have some white leaves, so let's take care of that, shall we? I don't know why I didn't take care of that a moment ago. Uh-oh. Oh boy, dang it. Well, we weren't exactly able to get all of them flowered up, but oh well, there should be other nectar, other eggs on this floor. Alright, next up we got this guy over here with a dwarf bulb orb, so this might be a little tricky, but we can still pull it off easily. Okay, there we go. Yeah! Okay, so there's no point to going beyond there, because it's just a loop back to this room again. Okay. Now for this next room, which should be the last one, I think. Yep, it is. And yonder here is a geyser and a hole, in case you're still too scared to go on. But why would you give up at this point? You're pretty much, at the final sublevel anyways at this point. Okay. So let's get rid of Big Daddy here real quick. Again, I know the regular size bulb orbs are not related at all to dwarf bulb orbs, like they're not actually the children or anything, but still. It still took me some getting took me some getting used to. Like, the idea that these guys are not actually the children of the Bulborbs, they're just dwarf, like, just small versions of them, literally. That took some time to get through my head when I first played through this game, I will say. But, you deal with it. Okay, so the other treasure on this sublevel is actually fully buried, so we need to just find it, I guess. And it's buried right here, okay. And it is... It's a yo-yo. Yep, with flames on the side, lovely. And those flames are actually going to factor into the name of it, by the way, just saying. Okay. So now, with that taken care of, we're going to just let the Pikmin carry the rest of the stuff back to base, and then we're going to move on to the final sublevel. Okay. So see, we're only 5 minutes in. We've already managed to do that. And I'm dropping a bunch of frames again. Okay, well, I'm just not going to care about that anymore because even when I lost 60 frames, it didn't really seem to affect the episode much when it went up on YouTube. So I'm not gonna worry that much about drop frames, but I'll just have to remember from now on to reboot my computer before recording every time. Okay, flame tiller. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that from now on because it seems to just do that whenever I leave my computer on overnight. Because that's kind of a habit that I've had lately. Is not with my desktop, but with my laptop. I don't know why, but when I'm using my laptop, sometimes I have a tendency to leave it on overnight, and I don't know why. It's not really. There's not really any reason why I need to, because, you know, usually I only do that, like I only find it necessary to do that if I'm rendering a video. That, it kind of makes sense to leave it on overnight, but for the most part I usually don't have a reason to do it, so I don't know why I do sometimes, but whatever. Let's move on to the final dungeon, the final sublevel of Frontier Cavern. There I go again, confusing dungeon with sublevel, but oh well. Because it's gonna be kind of a recurring thing for the rest of the LP, I suppose. Okay, so it's very important in this final sublevel to have one captain scout ahead, and you'll see why here in a moment. But here we are, the very bottom of Frontier Cavern. So first things first, we're going to these Pikmin out of the way, and we're gonna have President. President's gonna have his time to shine real quick. He's gonna scout ahead, and now going ahead right here. We're going to see what looks like a larva, but not just any kind of larva, a Bulborb larva. So what creature could be responsible for this larva exactly? Where are all these larvae coming from? Well, we're about to find out here in a moment, but first of all, we got to make our way to the top of the sublevel here. I'm not going to reveal what it is quite yet until yeah, these guys are actually, I would just like to say I would not recommend using Pikmin to fight these guys, because it's guaranteed that you're going to lose Pikmin when you fight these guys, because these guys bite, they eat really fast. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say that. They eat really, really fast, so, yeah, as you can see, they're already taking, you know, bites out of the President really fast here, even as we're taking hits on. But anyways, look at this. Responsible for this larvae is none other than this Empress Bulblax. You may recall that the Empress Bulblax was the first boss we fight in this entire game, back in Hole of Beasts. Well, it just so happens that we encountered this one at the wrong time. This one is giving birth constantly. Yeah, they actually put that in a kid's game. This creature is constantly giving birth, and you have to fight it as it's giving birth. So it's kind of gruesome if you think about it. And what's even more interesting is that, okay, so what my strategy here is that we're gonna leave a captain at the back of the creature so that he will distract all the Bulborb larvae that, you know, they're coming out, and with that we can use that to have the other captain, Olmar in this case, sneak the Pikmin onto the front of the Empress Bulblax, because that would be the safest place to fight it, so you don't have to worry about the Bulborb larvae. So we're going to do that. And not only that, but most of the time when you kill larvae, they will actually drop nectar too, so this is also a good time to flower up your Pikmin if you haven't already. But yeah, this creature, we didn't know it back in Hole of Beasts, but this creature actually, we end up fighting them again with a little twist that makes it more difficult. But either way, it's time to start fighting. And let's get the president out of his predicament here, because he's gonna die soon if we're not careful. Yeah, they go down one hit, but it's almost guaranteed that if you fight them with Pikmin, you're gonna lose Pikmin. Like, it's guaranteed, actually, because they bite really fast, so it's just not worth it to fight them with Pikmin. Just kill them with the captain so they go down quicker. Okay, now let's start fighting. Once you're in front of the Empress Bullblocks, you're good to go. And then after that, you just fight her the same exact way you fought her back in Hole of Beast, except this time she's gonna be giving birth in between, you know, attacks. So it's best to. Okay, okay, so now that we're this far into the battle, we're going to actually get the president back here with us. And what happens next could be very gruesome for you to watch, so I'm just letting you know. Because what we're gonna do, actually, is as she's attacking us, look at this. See that larva right there? Or those two larvae? Yeah! Your eyes are not fooling you. She literally just squashed her own children. Yeah, the Empress Bullblocks actually does that. I mean, watch it again. It's gonna happen again right here. It's probably the most gruesome fight in the entire game, because you're literally having her squash her own young, her own offspring, as you're fighting her, and it's insane. It's one of the most insane battles. I mean, I don't know what I thought of this when I was a kid, but dang. But yeah, that's how this fight goes, literally. So once you get both captains up here and you're in front of the Empress Bullblocks, you don't have to worry about the larvae anymore, as long as you're just dealing damage while fighting. But there we go. Empress Bullblocks, after you're not worried about the larvae anymore, it goes down exactly just as easily as before. And she leaves behind an infant shoe. Olfactory sensors overloading, approaching outer stink limits. Jeez. The stench must be emanating from that object. Yeah, not surprising. I can't believe they use the word olfactory. I mean, like, I know it's meant to, you know, it means exactly what you think it is, but it's I don't know. I really don't know. I just didn't. It took me a while to learn that word. Let's just say. I don't even know if I learned it in elementary school. Well, I'm pretty sure I learned it in middle school or high school, one of the two. But either way, it's pretty easy. Once you learn that word, it's really easy to remember what it means, because the word itself, olfactory. So, but either way, this is a second upgrade to our captains in the dungeon. So, basically, simply put, Frontier Cavern, you don't have any new bosses to fight, but you do have an old boss with a new twist to it, and you have 2 upgrades. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting dungeon in general. Anyways, we got the repugnant appendage. This object has pockets of air under its surface. It's perfect for the boots I am making. Processing complete. Nano assemblage of the rush boots is concluded. Rush boots? I don't remember that being the name of it, but okay. These nullify wind resistance by circulating air beneath the soles. You move faster and you'll no longer be blown away by puffy blowhogs, nasal blasts. Unfortunately, it does not upgrade the Pikmin though, so unfortunately they're still affected by the withering blowhogs and the blowhogs in general, so it's only useful for the captains, but either way it's a very useful thing to have. And we'll get to try it out as soon as we get to the surface. Actually, I'll show it to you guys real quick. But either way, we don't have much time left to this day, so we're not going to have that much time to do anything. But there we go. That's all 15 treasures of the Frontier Cavern complete. And not only that, but with that, we are also 100% done with the Valley of Repose and the Awakening Wood. So all that remains is a couple above ground treasures and the last dungeon, Perplexing Pool, and then all that's left is the final region of the game, y'all. So, as hard as it is to believe, we're coming up close to the end of the game here. We really are. Okay, So we're going to put our Pikmin away real quick, and then I'll show you guys how fast our captains can move now. Well, you can probably already see it right now, but we'll see to its full potential here in a second. Okay, how many purples do we have now? Purples and whites, that is. Let's find out. Okay, so we have a total of 75 whites. Okay, not bad. And, more importantly... Oh, 75 purples as well. Okay. Well, I know there's going to be a bunch of violet candy pop buds, and I think some ivory candy pop buds as well in the final dungeon of Perplexing Pools, so we don't have to worry quite yet, but I'm pretty sure I will have to grind at least a few more purples and whites before we move on to the final region. But either way, y'all, that is the end of this day. And so this is how fast we're moving now with that upgrade. It's like after a while of having, you don't really notice it, but when you first get it, it's very noticeable that you're moving a lot faster before, so it's going to be very helpful, actually, if you ever want to, if you're trying to make a lot of progress in one day and you're trying to get from one place to another. This will actually make that very helpful. Okay, I'll stop. I just love whenever that theme plays, and you never get to hear it again after you get all 200 treasures. Like, you only hear this after you go through a complete dungeon every day, so, or get every treasure in a dungeon, that is. But once you have all the treasures, then you can't really do that anymore. Okay, so today's report. Yeah, I'd say we did pretty well. Alright, y'all. So, oh yeah, it also counts those other treasures we got above ground. So yeah, we had a very productive day at the Valley Repose, actually. Okay. So total right now is 645 Pikmin. Louie, we suddenly stopped hearing from you. Everything okay? If things get tough, you can always come home. I'll stock up on those Pikmin carrots you love. Okay, I never noticed that typo there. After she first says you, it's like, is that like an L or something supposed to say from Yol? Or is that supposed to be an I think that's supposed to be an exclamation mark actually, but it looks like an L from my point of view. I don't know. Alright, y'all. So that was the dungeon that did not have a new boss. So that means that we are going to have a new boss in the final dungeon, the Perplexing Pool. But for now, we've also got 3 other above ground treasures there. So whether or not we're going to be able to do all that in one day is beyond me. I have no idea. But either way, y'all, as much as you don't like this, I'm probably going to end off the episode here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to. But first of all, let's just see if we finished off any treasure series real quick. Oh, we did. Because it's doing this automatically. You've collected the Frigid series. Chase away winter doldrums with this festive set. Oh yeah, something else. You've collected the Hyper Technology series. Everyone loves a new gadget. Ain't that the truth? Okay, so it looks like we did pretty well here today. So we got, I can't tell what our total is right now. It's like 130 or something. But yeah, there's a Bulborb larva. Bulbmin. Again, this will be a lot more relevant in the next dungeon. I don't want to show quite what's so relevant, but it's going to be really awesome when you see the full potential of Bulbmin. Just saying. Just saying. It'll be something you probably didn't expect either. And apparently this was our first encounter with the Dual Bug. I didn't know that. So yeah, the Dual Bug is actually a pretty humorous enemy. It's one of the most humorous enemies I've ever seen in the Pikmin series. It literally farts. And its farts are poisonous. So you have to fight this guy with white Pikmin. I don't know why, but... Well, yeah, actually, you can tell why. There's sort of a bit of a toilet humor with that. Yeah, there's a Caustic Dweevil right there. Fiery Dweevil, No Dweevil, Munge Dweevil, Volatile Dweevil. So it's pretty much all the regular dweevils that we can encounter in the game. In fact, actually, I think we encountered almost every one of the regular enemies at this point. Yeah. Except for this one right here. I think I know what it is. I think. Wait. Wait, I think I know what that is, and we should have encountered by now. We did. Okay, so the enemy that we're missing here is the Gatling Groink, but we encountered the Gatling Groink in the subterranean complex. I know we encountered it there, so that's kind of odd that's not here. I know we killed it too. Well, technically you can't kill it, but you carry it back to base. But didn't we do that? Oh, I must not carry it back to base or something. We're also missing a plant right here, but... And you'll just find those eventually. Other than that, we just got 4 more bosses to encounter here. And after that, we've seen every enemy in the game. And so, y'all, next time, Pikmin 2, we're going to be going back to the Perplexing Pool and taking on the final dungeon there. And hopefully also getting the 3 above ground treasures at the same time, but who knows. If we have the same luck as we did in the Valley of Repose, then that will happen. We just have to get the same amount of luck, I suppose. But other than that, we are fully done with Valley of Repose and the Awakening Wood. So see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.